People consume candy in a majority of nations, but how is candy made? Watch the video to find out, and be sure to pay attention. There are lots of different kinds of candy in stores, yet most candy always consists of the same basic substances. The difference is in the shape and the substances that are added. Most factories let children taste new candy before they sell the candy. But where do people consume the most sweets? Europe must be the region where confectionery is consumed the most, along with Australia and America. Before the video continues, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe. If you don't, you may never eat candy again. In every candy, you will find the same basic substances: sugar, water, and sugar syrup or glucose syrup. Sometimes they'll also add some starch and gelatin to hold the mixture together well. To make the candy look delicious and fun, people add dyes and other flavorings. These are called the added substances. The substances are boiled together in a large pot. The juice is poured into a large rectangle. One adds the dyes and allows the juice to harden a bit to form a kind of dough. The candy dough is then kneaded by machines and poured into molds. As a final step, the candy is sold. Where did candy come from and who made the first candies? So we go back to a long journey in history. Caveman made candy out of honey by drying it and forming a taffy-like concoction to satisfy their sweet tooth. It is believed that Indians were the first to use the sweet juice of sugarcane about 3,000 years ago, and that they were the first to make brown sugar. Candy can be traced as far back as 2000 BC to the ancient Egypt, and it could be said that Egyptians were the first people who made candy. In ancient Egypt, candy was used in ceremonies for worshipping their gods and goddesses. The Egyptians used honey to make candy by adding figs, nuts, dates, and spices. Around the same time, Greeks used honey to make candied fruits, stems, and flowers, and they discovered how to make syrups out of figs and dates. The Romans and the Chinese made barley sugar candies with honey that were heated or cooked in an oven. Other forms of candy were slowly developed in other parts of the world. The spread of sugarcane over the next few centuries would have a major impact, especially on the confectionery habits of China. In order to make new confections, the Chinese sweetened all their traditional favorites, including ginger, licorice root, and nuts with sugar. By 950 AD, Arabs have invented caramel, which was originally used for hair. They built the first sugar refinery in the world, and the Indians were the first to make sugar candy at about 250 AD. In the 14th century, Venetians began to import sugar to make candy. During the Middle Ages, sugar candies became very popular. The candy was categorized and sold as a drug. Candies were exclusively for the wealthy people, as sugar was very expensive. Aside from sugar, candy was also made by combining sugar and honey with nuts. Fruit candies were made by combining fruits with sugar and sweets. Cacao was invented in Mexico in 1519 and was brought back to Europe by the Spaniards in the country who uncovered it. But it is recorded that Mayan people were growing cacao as early as 1200 BC. But according to the new evidence, cacao may have been cultivated even before that. In the 14th century, chocolatl, usually served in liquid form, was a favorite treat of the Aztecs. Christopher Columbus brought coca beans to Europe. The invention of rock candy, also called sugarcane, happened in the 18th century and was used as medicine at first. During this time, mass production of candy began to be introduced, as sugar got cheaper and machines got more efficient. In addition, the candy contains dyes. The question many parents ask for his or her children is, are dyes in the candy harmful? Azo dyes are artificial dyes. They are red, yellow, brown, and black. They are used in such products as candy, snacks, soft drinks, and some alcoholic beverages. If dyes are used in a product, the name of the substance, or the E number, is on the label. All azo dyes used in products have an E number. The European Food Safety Authority, or EFSA, assesses whether the substances can be used safely. Then, the European Commission gives them an E number. There is debate surrounding azo dyes and their impact on the hyperactivity in children. The European Food Safety Authority has thoroughly reviewed all scientific research and concludes that there is no reason not to approve the use of the dyes. Nevertheless, as a precautionary measure, the European Parliament decided that products containing certain dyes should carry a warning on the label. From this, we conclude that it is still not clear whether it is harmful or not. We maintain that it's best to eat some, but watch the amount. The reason we take this fragment from the European Union is because that's where most of the candy is made. Did you know not everyone can or should eat candy? Many candies, such as bears and licorice, contain gelatin. This is a protein extracted from mammalian skin and bones. Vegetarians, vegans, and some religious people such as Jews and Muslims therefore do not want to eat such candy. Candy contains a lot of sugar. People with diabetes should watch what they snack on. And you don't really need candy. You can live just fine without candy. Yet almost everyone eats it because it tastes so good. If you eat too much candy, you get too much sugar. Sugar is energy from your body, but if you eat too much sugar, your body will get enough energy just by burning sugar, therefore not burning any of the fat at all. The fat, therefore, just stays in your body. No fat goes off, but a little fat is added every day. This is why people often get fat from eating too much candy. From too many sugars, children also become very fussy. If you have any ideas, feel free to ask in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that like button. We will be back soon with another video.